Thank you, Merck Foundation, for having me. My name is Godfrey Limiri. I come from Kenya. I practice as a medical laboratory technologist. To this program, I was recommended by my employer, Kenyatta National Hospital. Okay, the challenges in my country regarding fertility is, number one, there are very few fertility centers in the country. Number two, they are most all of them, they are privately owned. And number three, they are too expensive. It is very difficult for the general citizen to afford these facilities, even when they aspire to be helped in that field. Embryologists in our country, there are not as many, could be around 10, but fertility specialists are quite a number, to the tune of around 20 to 30. In our country, as I did state from the start, we don't have any fertility facility in the government sector. So you realize that when a patient is diagnosed with a fertility problem, of course they would have undergone the normal hormonal profile testing, and the initial processes will involve, of course, supplementing the hormones, but at a point whereby they are not able to conceive, you find that they are referred to the private clinics, to those who can afford, so that they can be helped in the assisted reproductive health. Of course, there is the element of costs, and you find that most of the time, those patients that are diagnosed with such problem may not necessarily afford, and they may leave it at that. This program is indeed very important. Number one, to myself. In my line of duty, I've encountered a few cases, though more often than not, I experience, or rather, I come into contact with the patients at the tail end when they are being done investigation. And sometimes you see the desperation that is there in those patients, and you are not able to help. Number two is that one of our institutions of which I work for back in Kenya has plans already to start fertility services. And this program will indeed go a long way in assisting that, because you find that in the public sector, there are no embryologists at the moment. The perception in terms of infertility in Kenya, you find that this is an issue that more often than not is not spoken. I may have the advantage of probably having interacted with one or two in the line of duty. But when you meet the normal citizen folks, they are really not spoken about. And there are situations whereby you find a man even going to the extent of marrying severally, because there is the belief that probably is the woman who has a problem. So it's really not openly discussed. There is that aspect of secrecy. I would say that the awareness is still low. But of course, there are two aspects. We can't compare those people who are in the urban centers and up country. Those who are in the urban centers, they are better informed. And number two, most of them have the ability, so they are able to seek services in the private sector. But when you go to the general masses, who of course, most of them live away from the urban center, that is the rural areas, that information is not really there. And of course, as I started by mentioning, these are issues that are not really openly spoken about. Well, when I came here, indeed, all that I knew was that there is in vitro fertilization. I needed to I had that hunch to know exactly what happens, but for sure I should say that my expectation was surpassed, because I learned so many techniques that I really didn't know exist, and I really feel I have a lot to offer to my country. I really liked the model that is embraced by the department, by the medical college here, that is KMC, Kasturba Medical College, whereby you are, all of you divided into groups, and you are given a chance to rotate in all the sections. I had a chance, of course, to start with micromanipulation, which I really find quite interesting. And all other three I did rotate, that is ART laboratory, hydrology, and cryopreservation. I would say that number one, of course, is the interest that is intrinsic of this program, and number two is to embrace the community around. I have really appreciated the hospitable nature that I've experienced around, and the way the care students were able to gel with the rest of the students. So I would advise that the rest, for them to reap the maximum benefit, they need to work alongside the rest of the students in the department. As I started by saying, is that my institution, which I work for, which is Kenyatta National Hospital, and already started plans to put up a facility center. Indeed, once we are done, we are through with this program, we will be the first embryologist in the institution. And for that reason, we have, or rather, the honors is all on us to perpetuate or transmit the information and the technology that we have learned around, so that we can have a up and running facility center. I would just sum it up as this, as a dream come true. I really thank Merck Foundation for the chance they did accord me to go through this training. Number two, and also for the KMC, Kasturba Medical College, which is a constituent college of MAHE, for hosting us and taking us through this training. Simply what I would say is that the coordination or the fusion between MAHE and Merck Foundation More Than a Mother has really perfected, or rather made us realize a dream that we would otherwise never dreamt of. Thank you very much, Merck Foundation More Than a Mother.